Today we're going to look at the PowerSchool Gradebook and how to adjust the preferences so that you can make custom scores or codes for scores so that you as a teacher can better keep track of grades and so that parents and students can better understand their grades and how to turn in assignments or get assignments completed to adjust their grades. So if you look at the top menu bar of the PowerSchool Gradebook, and I have only showed you a portion of the bar so that you do not see my students or my classes, just to protect identities. But if you go to the top of the toolbar and click the Tool tab, go down to Preferences, it will give you a menu of options that you can customize on your PowerSchool Gradebook. In the center of that toolbar, there is a menu for score codes, and if you hit that, it will give you some that are automatic that PowerSchool puts in for you, such as absent, and then it will give you the opportunity to add codes so that you can customize your own. So in my example, I have put in, occasionally I will allow a student an extended amount of time if there's been something that's happened. Maybe they got called out of class to go to the office and missed some important instructions that I needed to give them, or it was an extended absence. Sometimes I will allow them extended time. You then also have the option when you add to either count that assignment as a percentage of the grade or excused until that assignment is in. So I use extended time, finish, which I basically use to remind students, hey, this isn't complete, we've talked about it, but I'm giving you a chance to get it in, and usually I give them a day. Field trip I occasionally put in because I do have a class that it goes on quite a few field trips for other classes, so that reminds me, okay, those students weren't necessarily absent, it was excused, but I do need to get the work from them. And then I also put in redo because I have a few students who need that opportunity to redo assignment, and I need that reminder to collect that corrected assignment from them. So if you want to make these custom codes, you hit the Add button. There it comes. And it explains what you need to do to not only get the abbreviation for the code in and the description, but if you want to count it as exempt, meaning it will be exempt until you put a real code in, or if you want to count it as a percentage, perhaps you want to count it, 50% until it's redone, in my example of the redo assignment. So you make up your own code, and they have to be 6 characters or less in the code, and then you can give it a longer description, not extremely long, usually it's like 15 characters or less. And if you want to just have it exempt so that it doesn't count as a score towards their grade, you leave the check mark box checked. If you don't and you want to adjust that, you can. You hit OK, and that creates the score that will go into PowerSchool. And I don't know the limit of the scores. Obviously, I haven't had a need for more than 6 right now, but you can create as many as you think necessary. You need to keep in mind that in this day and age, now that all the parents are aware of PowerSchool, now that all our students are one-to-one, many parents check PowerSchool multiple times a day. So leaving a score blank in PowerSchool gives the parent and the student a false sense of their grade, because if a student has been absent for multiple days, they're going to have multiple zeros in that grade book if they don't get those assignments in. If you leave it blank, that makes them think their grade is higher than it actually is. So using one of these codes serves as a reminder to both the parent and the student, hey, that assignment needs to get in, and as a teacher, it serves as a reminder to us that yes, we need to, ask that student for that assignment, and if they're not getting it in the schedule per the handbook, then we need to be entering zeros for those assignments. If you have questions on this and you want to email me, I'll be glad to come down and give you more explanation.